Hello everybody, welcome to OCHD and welcome to another Jumpooty Heroes news video. Today I have what may be one of my longest news posts ever, weirdly, because it doesn't feel like that big an event, but it also kind of does, I don't know. This is the Dark Fantasy special feature, a very nice event, sort of, on paper, maybe, for Golden Week, but also for 22 million downloads, which, to be honest, I've sort of at this point lost count of like where our numbers should be, because I feel like we hit 21 million like a year ago and then we hit it like again somehow. I don't know. I don't really like to think about it. I think when the event comes out, they could just put whatever number they want there and I'll say, yes, okay, whatever. As long as it means we get a cool event, I am down. I am very much down. And this event is, well, it is a cool event. There's definitely a lot of things we've needed that we are getting, and I like that. And the rewards are nuts, absolutely nuts. But there is some weirdness, which I suppose we will get into as we go down the post. So, to get things started, login bonus, pretty good stuff. You actually get enough crystals to do, heroic crystals to do like one hero grade character's hidden potential, which is nice. They're slowly giving these out in events and stuff, you know, like in the exchanges and whatever. I think a lot of people complained about how all of the items related to hidden potential were very difficult to get. I mean, we'll talk about that later. But they are making them more readily available, which is nice. You get 100 rubies in there. There's a limited choice ticket fragment in there. That's pretty good. All in all, these rewards are not too bad. They're giving out a lot more 5-star tickets, I've noticed. Not really sure why, but I guess if you're like a new player, there's so many 5-star hero grades units you won't have. So I guess from that point of view, it kind of makes sense. But nothing unique about this this login bonus. I mean, you know, other than the fact that it's the first giving out some of these rewards. There's nothing event specific about this login bonus. Just a bunch of goodies. Golden Jewels. Now, we knew what Golden Jewels were ahead of this event officially being announced. And when it was, I had a rough idea of what I thought it was going to be. But when they announced it, I was like, wow, that seems really, really strong. Way too much. Way too much. Because this jewel, in effect, is the equivalent of what? How many jewels? You'd have to use 9 to get 1 skill up to max on a level 15 character. So you times that by 3. 27 jewels. The equivalent of 27 jewels packed into this one item. Now that sounds like a lot. I mean, if you consider how much they charge on packs normally that have 3 jewels in it, that's a big difference in value. When they're giving out stuff like this. Now, this is one of their answers, I suppose, to the fact that people complain that they couldn't level their characters up. Now, I have to say that I have been trying to come into this event and the last event and most of the events this year with a bit more of an open mind, because we were in a rough patch in Jumpooty for a little while where things just weren't right. The reward system was completely fucked. We weren't getting enough rubies. We weren't getting enough jewels. We weren't getting enough any of the goodies that we needed, and the events were, you know, there wasn't that much going on. Some of them were pretty alright, some of them weren't, but the most important thing was they were just dropping level 15 after level 15, and no one had enough jewels, and you had to spend so much money to get it. They have been slowly working to remedy that, and I have to give credit where credit is due. This is one of many steps they have made that does make a big difference. Fair play. If you get a character, like, say for example, you pull on, I don't know, the protagonist banner when that comes out, and you get yourself your first copy of, like, I don't know, the transforming Goku, and you want to max. Actually, transforming Goku is a bad example because he's not level 15. But let's say you get Ryuo Luffy, which is the example they used. His max skill cap is level 15. So if you feed this jewel to him, he'll go straight up to 15. If you feed this jewel to somebody who doesn't have level 15 unlocked, they'll go straight up to 12. which is fine and all, but you're wasting a lot of jewels if you do that. So it's not worth doing that. A lot of these characters are going to have their level 15 at some point. I don't know about stand against units, but certainly limited Musou Densetsu are all going to be level 15 eventually. So don't waste the jewels on characters that you've already got to, you know, level 5 or 6. Characters where, you know, you can't get them to level 15 and stuff like that. They should only be used on characters that can go up to level 15, in my opinion, and they shouldn't even touch hero grade units ever. But a very cool rewards, and now interestingly, they have the golden jewel shards. Now you trade 4 of these, and you get yourself a golden jewel. In this event, they're going to be giving out a total of, if I have counted correctly, 3 golden jewels. You'll be able to get 1 as like a whole jewel, and then 8 jewel shards. Now that is impressive. That is going to let you level up 3 characters from level 6 to level 15, which I like. Does this completely solve the problem? No, but this has been implemented alongside a lot of other, you know, like increases in the amount of jewels being given out, jewel shards being given out. They added jewel essence to Super Dimensional Battle. They are remedying the lack of jewels problem. I think they're trying to find a balance where they don't, you know, go down the route of when Dokkan was having trouble with it, and they just made it like, oh, here's a million Elder Kais, and it's like, now I've got too many. Now it's just like another item I have in my box. And it becomes a thing of like, how do you balance it where it's like, I don't have too many, but I'm not left in a situation where it's like, I'm never going to get this character to level 15. So this is cool. This is a cool update. This is some cool rewards. And we'll talk about that more as we see the rewards come up down the post. The first event is the first of a few clear once a day or clear, you can only clear a certain amount of times a day events that are on at the moment. I don't know why they've decided to put so many on at once, but as long as the rewards are good, I don't really care. And the rewards are good. You get a 5-star ticket, you get a stamina tankard, and you get 50 rubies per clear. Considering this is another 2-week event, you can get yourself a nice little haul of rubies. Not too shabby. This stage you can clear 5 times a day. I think this is essentially a slightly nerfed version of the super training event that came along during the anniversary. Clear it 5 times. I think it gives it doesn't say super large EXP, it just says a large amount of EXP. So you'll get a large amount, which is still pretty good. You can do it 5 times a day. You'll get jewel fragments, choice ticket shards, and the ultimate scrolls. It's not bad at all. I'll definitely be doing that. Then we have this, which is essentially 2 points events, but they're in a trench coat to look like 1. I don't know why they structured it in the news post like this, but I have also structured it like that in my news post because that's what they did. So you have the Akuma points event, and you have the Devil points event. Now, when I first posted this news post, I forgot to include this little bit of information, which is the special community missions. I've added it in now. On the website, they were talking about special community missions where you clear these stages a certain amount of times as a community. Now, seemingly, this is unrelated to the bingo, the community bingo, which we'll be talking about later. And these special community missions give crazy rewards. Admittedly, we as a community will have to beat this stage 1.5 million times, which is quite a lot, but each clear you do counts towards the total. So if you clear it 10 times, that counts as 10 towards the total, and that applies to every player in the game. So I would imagine, at least for the points events, we should be okay, because people have to farm this so many times. Probably each individual person is going to have to do a few hundred runs of this in order to get all the goodies, so that's going to add up. I don't know how many people are actually actively playing the game right now, but hopefully enough. Hopefully they fought this out. And then the same thing for the Devil Strike one. Now, the rewards are pretty tasty. 1 of each jewel here and 1 of each jewel here. Like I said, the devs have slowly been stepping it up a little bit, and this is very nice. Now, I will make the concession that, of course, it is currently Golden Week, so they probably do drop much nicer rewards, but the difference between you maybe get 1 or 2 jewels during an event, to a little bit later it came to like we get like maybe 3 jewels, maybe 6 jewels if we're lucky, to 3 golden jewels worth 27 jewels each, plus a bunch of other jewels just thrown in the event and jewel shards and everything. It's a big change. So even if they pull it back a little bit in future events, I think we'll still be alright. Now this event has 2 different event stores, because obviously it is 2 different events technically. One of them gives us Miranda Lotto from D. Greyman as a playable character. You can get her up to max luck. And then we have 2 sets of tickets. One of them kind of sucks, but it does give us like some rewards, I guess. So I can't complain too much. The other one, it still kind of sucks, but you do have a chance of getting something good. So we'll take that. In terms of the rewards, I mean, as you can see, there's rubies in there. It's probably going to be like 100 rubies in each store. You've got like limit break materials in there, jewels in there. Lots of good stuff. And obviously we need to clear it 1.5 million times, so might as well do it. Might as well do it. And the boosted characters, they haven't given us the lists, but obviously D. Greyman units boost on the D. Greyman stage and Black Clover units boost on the Black Clover stage. Little bit unbalanced, I would say, because Black Clover, yeah, they put 2 limiteds at the back here, but realistically, the new units for this event are these 2 standard gacha units. The 2 new D. Greyman standard gacha units are limited. There are no standard gacha. They're limited gacha units. But there are some event units. So I don't know. Is it balanced? Not really, but whatever. And you can get an emblem. You can get an emblem for being in the top 100 players for each event. Which most of us are never going to see that emblem. I can't lie. But still, kind of cool, I guess. And then these are the tickets I was talking about before. Now, like I said, these 2 are essentially the exact same banner, except this one, you have a chance to get limited units from Black Clover. So, pretty cool. I'm assuming the rates are going to be hella low. There's no guarantees, but take what we can get. I think take what we can get. It's still free, so I'm not going to say no. I don't really need any of the standard gacha units from like the past events or whatever. And there's no tickets in this event for the units from this event, but still, it's rewards. I'm not gonna say no. Then we have the poker stage, which will let us farm Road Camelot from D. Greyman. Pretty standard now that we don't see an aura costume, and the catastrophe class event doesn't even give an emblem. I think they've realized the emblems just like we just weren't about it. Like, what's the point of giving out like 10 emblems in an event? You can only use 1. So they do still do emblems, but I think they realized that they could do a lot more challenging stages if they just give rewards, which I was saying for I don't know how long. If I beat a difficult stage, I don't want an emblem. I want rewards. And oh look, rewards. They're listening, not to me, but, you know, word got down the grapevine and changes were made. And the reward is pretty nice, actually. Ultimate attack jewel, 1 ultimate scroll, some limit break doors, and some of the strike points, which, that's a bit of a weird one, but whatever. And that's for being the most difficult stage. You can obviously farm the lower difficulty and get yourself copies of Road Camelot and get her up to max luck. Pretty nice. The community mission for this stage gives us a golden jewel fragment and a standard choice ticket. I don't really care about the standard choice ticket, but let me tell you, I will take the golden jewel fragment all day. Just got to beat it 80,000 times as a community. Then we have this stage. Now this is where it gets interesting. So this is like a standalone catastrophe class stage. Gives an emblem, but you know, some of the stages do still give emblems. And the rewards are again pretty good. Some 5 jewel fragments, and then mostly the same, like ultimate scroll, limit break doors. But the community mission is to beat this stage 50,000 times total as a community. Now 50,000 is a much lower amount than the like 1.5 million we saw earlier. But this is a catastrophe class stage. You only have to beat it once. So are they saying they think there's 50,000 players currently playing the game? I don't know if that's true. Maybe it's true. But would 50,000... I mean, they have said themselves that not everybody beats the catastrophe class stages. So I don't know what the expectation is here. But this gives 300 rubies. So if you are able to beat this stage, I don't know if they're going to give us updates on how we're doing on these missions, but it may come a time when we have to buckle down and start beating the stage multiple times. I'm not sure, but I want 300 rubies. I'm not willing to, like, you know, waste millions of stamina on it, but I'm willing to do a few more runs than I normally would have. Then we have the Dark Triad Assemble stage. Not a almost said that weird. Not a catastrophe per se, but a challenging event nonetheless. And this will give us a jewel and you know, basically all the same rewards we've been getting up here. And the community mission gives us another golden jewel shard and 1,000 event grade limit break doors. Very nice. I definitely won't say no to that. And then we have the Bring Back the Golden Light campaign. Now this is again just 2 events wearing a trench coat, really. Well, 3 events, I guess. But this was their way of introducing the Golden Jewel stuff, even though we've kind of already talked about it. And I thought this was really cool. They've created this sort of set piece where you are defeating, you know, Dark Schneider's 4 like underlings, his crew, and you're getting the Golden Jewel fragments as a reward. And then the final reward, which is a whole Golden Jewel. You get those 4, and then you get a separate whole Golden Jewel, is from the Unity battle, which is Abigail turning into his Ultra Mega, I can't remember what it was called, Omega Ultimate form. And so it's sort of like, it's like you're battling against the characters from Bastard. That's pretty cool. There is a problem with this, which we'll talk about in a second, but nonetheless, I think this is a pretty nice little campaign. They're showing off all the rewards they're giving out here. They're like, look how many rewards we're giving. You know what? I've noticed. I respect it, and I have noticed. And yes, so the first stage, you have to beat Kalsu, Ninja Master Gaara, and Arsh's Nay, and you will get a golden jewel fragment for clearing each of their stages. So a total of 3 from this event, plus a 4th for clearing this event 70,000 times total as a community, and you get 500 hero grade limit break doors as well. Now that 4th was added on after the fact, because that was something they announced on the website. It wasn't necessarily related to the event info, but that is those 4 self-contained. There is another 4 total from this event, so 8 total jewel fragments, 2 gold jewels from trading in at the event exchange, plus 1 more from the Unity battle. 3 golden jewels. I love it. I love it. Now we have the Abigail stage. Now this is where the Bastard content officially starts and stops, because we got 1 new character from Bastard, which, to be fair, they've given Abigail a fair bit of attention here. He's got his own stage. He's got his own Unity battle with a custom alternate form sprite. And Bastard is sort of like the path into the golden jewels for the game and for this event. And I respect it and I love it, and I really wish they added more. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Bastard doesn't have a limited and it couldn't get one here, that sucks. The fact that it hasn't had a standard gacha in like 2 years, something like that, and it couldn't get one here, that sucks. Even if they them giving Abigail an aura costume would have been a nice touch. I mean, it's just the fact that this is quite a small event in terms of actual playable characters you can unlock. There's only 7 characters. There is a hidden 8th, which we'll talk about later, but there's a controversial one. But in terms of this actual event, there are only 7 characters, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. I really feel like when they announced this event, it was Bastard, D Greyman, and Black Clover. I feel like even if you weren't going to treat them all equally, even if you know, say D Greyman had like 1 extra unit than the others had, or Black Clover had 1 extra unit than the others had, they should have all been roughly around the same numbers. But the fact that Bastard got 1 is quite poor, in my opinion. But it is what it is for now. I'm praying that they've got more content planned for the future from this series. Maybe there was some planned for this event that got scrapped. I don't know, but I guess we'll keep our eyes peeled and we'll see what comes. But this event has lots of bonus goodies. You clear the highest stage and you get a golden jewel shard, a passive skill jewel, ultimate skill scrolls, limited grade limit break doors, and points from each of the points events, which is already quite a big haul. But then when you beat the community mission, you get another golden jewel shard, and you get 300 limited grade limit break doors. So they are just handing goodies out. I say that you will have to beat the challenge stage, so it's not that easy. And the community goals, I don't know how reasonable it is for us to hit those numbers, but hopefully it's not too bad. And yeah, just a lot of goodies. And the Unity battle, Ultra what? evil fused Lord Ultra Omega Abigail has his own custom spray and everything. How lovely! This is a buffed up Unity battle for the looks of things. Not only does it give jewels, which is like the top reward normally in Unity battle, you're also getting a golden jewel, and you're getting a limited gacha choice ticket fragment. So looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, I can't lie. Hopefully the other rewards have also been buffed, and this is just going to be a nutty one. I don't know how difficult it's going to be, but I guess we'll see. Then we have Super Dimensional Ranking Battle Gecko Moria. Now, why Gecko Moria? Probably because the One Piece event is coming up, and this is, you know, this is going to end basically on the day the One Piece stuff starts. But my God, you could have chosen anyone else. Literally, during the anniversary, which was like 2 events ago, we had a ranking event, and it was Kaido. So we're doing One Piece again, and it's like, I get, because it's like, oh, it's dark fantasy. It's like, but you just didn't need to use Gecko Moria. You could have just used Abigail again, because you used Kaido twice in the Kaido one. You could have used Abigail again, or you could have used Tiki Mick in there, or something. But no, Gecko Moria. Okay, whatever. You could challenge Super Dimensional Battle 3 times a day during this period, and there'll be bonus rewards. But pretty cool. We don't know what the rewards are yet. It might be the same as last time, or they might be buffed. I don't know. But something to look forward to. Then we have 2 Max Luck special reward campaigns. Now, I believe, I might be wrong, but I think the last time they did 2, one for returning units and one for new units at the same time, was Demon Slayer, the last Demon Slayer feature festival. I might be wrong, but I know they definitely did do that during the Demon Slayer event, which was a while ago. And the rewards again are very nice. 10 jewel shards, 100 rubies, some limit break doors, 10 million coins, and a gold ticket, which we actually haven't talked about until this point, and we'll be talking about very soon. That's for getting the new characters to Max Luck, so most likely just Abigail. It might just be Abigail, but probably Abigail, Road, and... my brain's gone blank. Miranda. There we go. There we go. Getting those to Max Luck. But if you get old units to Max Luck, returning units from these series, you can get 100 rubies for each of these. A total of 1,000 rubies for maxing out characters that I've already maxed out. But, okay, even if you're a new player, these events are returning... well, they're not returning, really. They're just in the voyage log. But they're in the voyage log, which means they're like, reduced stamina costs. So you can just go nuts on those, max them all out, and you have 1,000 rubies. Now, that is pretty tasty. And I'm kind of, like, low-key hoping that this becomes a regular thing. Because imagine they do that in the One Piece event. I know there's loads of One Piece farmables. Give me another 1,000 rubies. Why not? I'll take it. No, most likely this is because it's, like, the 22 million downloads or whatever. But... still, very, very nice. No special tower bonus this during this event, which I am fine with. And the level 15 upgrades for this event are limited Kinnikuman, Goldman, and Naruto and Sasuke, which we are very happy with. Kinnikuman buffs. A little bit upset because there's no Kinnikuman content. But to be fair, Kinnikuman didn't really fit in with like the dark fantasy stuff. You could make an argument for like the Golden Week stuff and whatever, but you know what? If Bastard had got 1 extra character at the expense of Kinnikuman not getting anything, I would have been fine with it. But they chose not to give Bastard much either, so it is what it is. Still, we have some more. Normally, this is the part where we would transition, we start talking about the gacha, but no! There is There is, oh my god, there's so much more. We're already 25 minutes in. It's not too bad, but there's still a lot to go over. This 22 million downloads campaign / Golden Week campaign has a lot of good stuff in it. For starters, we have the reading time missions for D. Grey Man, Bastard, Black Clover, and Kinnikuman Man. I'm just saying, this event, even though I know for a fact there is no part 2, it feels like there should be a part 2. They're even like saying, hey, look, guys, Kinnikuman Man, like read Kinnikuman Man as well. Maybe Kinnikuman Man will get something. No, it's not getting anything. I'm not getting my hopes up. This event goes straight into One Piece. That's all I know. You read each of the first chapter of each of those and you get a 5-star ticket. Obviously, you don't actually have to read it. You just go to the missions, click the button, click back, and you get a 5-star ticket. So 4 5-star tickets from that. Like I said, they're handing out more of them, and that's pretty good. Then we have the Golden Week special login bonus. You got golden tickets, which we need to talk about because they're a bit dangerous. And then like rubies and a bunch of other rewards. Very, very nice. Gold ticket gacha. This gacha is nuts. Now, obviously, this is down to chance. This is not a guarantee, but compared to some of the other gacha that are down to chance, this is bonkers. It has a 10% chance to get a limited grade unit. And there is a very nice assortment of limiteds on here. I've seen plenty of people pull 2022 limiteds on this, which is very nice. They're all like limiteds that are related to gold, which makes sense for Golden Week. Gold ticket, fair enough. And I assumed that the rest of the gacha would be like, you have a chance of getting 5-star like hero grade units, but also there'd be like scrolls and jewel fragments, where it's like, no. They have a pool of gold gold hero grade units and gold limited units. When I say gold, I mean related to gold. Probably they got blonde hair or something like that. But when you do your pools, it's just like all standard gacha units and limiteds. And you could just get so, like, I've seen so many people get lucky, get 2 free limiteds. Some people have gotten unlucky, but you got multiple opportunities here. And with a 10% rate, your odds are pretty good. Especially if you're a new player, you're going to get stacked out here. And yeah, these tickets are a little bit filthy. I can't lie. I really do love them. And I hope they do more stuff like this in the future, because it's crazy. Admittedly, I have a lot of these, but it's like, if you're new, you probably don't have any of these. There's some good stuff in here. Ryusui's in here. He only came out like, what, like I suppose about 6 months ago now? That's not bad. Like, yeah, this is pretty nice. It's pretty dirty. Then we have the Golden Bingo missions, another community mission thing, although slightly different. If you've ever done the bingo before, it's going to be basically the same thing. There's 9 squares. Middle one doesn't count. It's a free square. So 8 missions for the 8 squares left over. And we clear those as a community and we get rubies. We don't know the information of A, how many rubies we'll get, and B, what the missions are. But typically, I would guess probably you get 500 for the first one, 500 for the second one. And the missions will be generic stuff like power up this many characters, clear this many stages, whatever. So I would imagine we're going to get them all relatively easily and it's going to be good stuff. I am making a lot of assumptions there, but they haven't told us the information, so I gotta do what I gotta do. And this bingo is being held twice, like I said, so we'll know more about that tomorrow, I think. We'll know more about it soon. And then we have the Golden Week Chojin Fan Appreciation Day. This is the only Kinnikuman Man content, and it doesn't add any content, so that's cool. We get a jewel shard, 20 hero grade limit break doors, 30 event grade limit break doors, and 1 million coins every time we clear the stage. It can be cleared once per day. And that's it, right? No, that's not it. Because there is a YouTube Shorts campaign, weirdly, where they want us to record ourselves playing this stage and setting up like cool patterns of bubbles on the board, large numbers of skill bubbles in weird positions and patterns, do loads of damage, do funny things to make an interesting clip for them, and post it to YouTube Shorts. And you post it with this hashtag, and depending on how many people do that and how many videos get uploaded with that hashtag, we can earn rubies, up to 1,000 rubies. Now, as I understand it, you don't actually have to take part in this. As long as we hit the number, 1,000 rubies, happy days. I will probably upload a single YouTube short of me trying to do something on this stage. I don't know what. But they've chosen to do it on a stage where you can only clear it once a day. So if you cleared it, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow and try again, I guess, which is a bit weird. But nonetheless, it's something a little bit different. It doesn't require me to open like Mirative or any of these other like cancerous applications. It doesn't require me to sign up to the like root website and do some stupid like spamming people on Twitter nonsense. I just have to upload one YouTube short. Some people will probably upload more. I think we'll hit the number relatively comfortably and we'll get some rubies. So pretty nice. Then we have Black Clover giving us Blackaster for free. All you have to do is clear Black Clover stages in the Voyage log to earn Black Clover points, and you could just buy him from the Voyage log. I already have him, but I know lots of people that won't. Very, very cool. Tower Strengthening Month. Tower Strengthening Month has some very nice rewards for us. For a start, the Strengthening campaign reduces the stamina cost of Hero Island and Strengthening Island, plus the drop rates, experience, yada, 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 all boosted. All the stages of the Strengthening Island are going to be open 24 hours. Good. It's very, very good. And the missions, which we will be able to clear twice, you'll be able to get all these rewards twice in the 2 missions periods, which are down there. It says, the only thing I don't know about it says special chat stamp. I'm assuming that's just some returning chat stamp from like a previous tower event or something like that, or some previous event. There's nothing new in the files, so I don't know. But the other awards, they're giving out lots of coins, medals, jewel shards is a weird one. They put 20 million coins on the say, and then one jewel shard, then another 20 million coins, and it's like the top reward is like 3 jewel shards. But to be fair, that kind of makes sense because there's going to be people that can't beat 40 times in tower, so they don't want a reward to be too good, I guess. But yeah, generally speaking, pretty nice rewards, and we can get them twice. Pretty cool. We have the Golden Week Adamantine God event. This is Goldman returning. You can clear both the stages of his event 3 times a day. You earn muscle coins, which you can use on his gacha, which is down here. And if you haven't done it before, once you do 27 multis on this banner, you get Goldman guaranteed. Pretty damn nice. He's just got his level 15 upgrade, which is pretty cool. A nice touch from the devs. I kind of wish I could have got more dupes from him, seeing as I've already beat this, but it's like, I can still clear the stage. I could do another 27 multis, but they don't want me to do that, and I think that's fair, because I would just be maxing his skill out, and they don't want that. Roboco has returned. You can earn points and get her tickets, summon, and get copies of Roboco. Now, I think this is I won't say this will be like the last time this returns, but this is probably going to be one of... It's going to return less frequently, certainly, in the future, I believe. Because she is being added to the Putty Trade Medal Exchange. So she is essentially going to be a permanently accessible hero-grade option for 99 luck. But she is still one of the strongest options for like a 99 luck leader. Because she is a hero grade. She's got really good stats and really good abilities. So pretty cool of them to make that permanently available. And if you do want to do it from her event, because realistically it's probably going to be an easier farm from her event than doing it from the trade medal store, this is your opportunity, because it's going to be I think it's reduced stamina, half stamina during this event, and go nuts. Go nuts. And this is the gacha. Obviously you get the knees, don't forget the bottom 2 knees, Indigo and Violet. They give skill EXP. The others only give character level EXP. So bear that in mind. Those are good to have in your box to use instead of scrolls. The Limit Break stage, Limit Break Hidden Potential stage, I should say, is returning. You can get these 3 slabs and these 4 slabs from this event. It is returning at half stamina double drop rate, which is pretty cool, but we've only ever seen it at half stamina, so is it really half stamina? Or is that just what it costs? I don't know. But an opportunity to get those I cannot believe they gave Hinata Hidden Potential and then they just removed the event. you couldn't do it unless you had them saved up ahead of time. New players who join just for high Q would just be like, how do I do that? Oh, I can't. Okay, cool. But you can now. You can now. It's here. And I think that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. The Dark Fantasy Limited Gacha. We're finally onto the Gacha. Now, this banner is a bit controversial because from the event that is supposed to have Bastard, D Greyman, and Black Clover characters, you have D Greyman and Black Clover characters. No Bastard. There is no Gacha version of a Bastard character, which kind of sucks. But we have 2 limits from D Greyman, which at first when I saw this, I was like, wow, they're releasing 2 limits from D Greyman. What the other series is going to get? The other series didn't get any limits. But, you know what? Fair enough. D Greyman deserves it. You know, it's a shame that until this point, they kind of just haven't cared about D Greyman that much. I know Bastard is currently getting that treatment. That's, you know, that can't be helped right now. So I'm very happy to see we finally got a limited Alan. We got Tiki Nick as well. I think, you know what? It's pretty nice to see him there. As for the standard Gacha, that's a bit more questionable. Now, I have been saying I wanted Finral added for a long time. Finally here. And standard Gacha, which is pretty cool. Grey, on the other hand, is a bit more of a complicated feeling, because I do like Grey as a character in Black Clover, but how Grey is a standard Gacha in this event over any Bastard characters, over any other Black Clover characters, over any D Greyman characters, is a bit perplexing for me. Especially because we've had other Black Clover characters that easily could have been hero grade instead of Grey and weren't. It's very odd to me. It's very odd. They have sort of restructured events recently so that most events seem to be aiming for like 3 event units. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Then again, this event only has 7 units, so there's not much shuffling around you could do in the first place. I'm not sure. But if you are a D Greyman fan and you don't mind which limit you're getting, this is a pretty good event. This is a pretty good banner. It's good to see them all here. On the 9th multi, you get 1 of them guaranteed. And on the 15th multi, you get a choice ticket. There isn't really a choice for the heroes unless you want to use the 15th multi on it, which I don't recommend. So again, it's another one of those banners where if you're wanting the hero grade units, you really shouldn't go for them, unfortunately, because 15 mois for a choice of hero grade units is just not the one. I really wish they just, like, if they just changed this one to a hero grade choice ticket, I think that'd be pretty cool. But look, it is what it is. Then we have the Black Limited Gacha. Now this, I guess, is sort of like, you know, we had Black Friday. They added the Toguro Brothers for Black Friday, so it's kind of like a, it's sort of like a reprint, but also not, because it's a completely different banner. But it's a 22 million downloads celebratory Black Gacha, and it's a Dark Heroes Gacha essentially, but also not really. There's 153 limiteds on here, but only these ones are featured. The others are just kind of there. They're not rated up or anything, but there's a small chance. Now, I will point out that the pull for this banner is fucked, because it has like all the standard gacha units from like 2018, 2019, 2020, where recently most gacha have been saying, oh, if you get a hero grade unit, it'll be from 2021, 2022. They're not doing that here. But there are so many units in this pool that your odds of getting something good are not great. I mean, some of these units here, yeah, they don't come back that often. Like, Light and Ryuk is a seasonal. Sasuke is a seasonal. Obviously, the Toguro Brothers are a seasonal. Like, I can see, well, you might be tempted. I am tempted as well, don't get me wrong. But, it's tough. it's a really tough one. The first 3 multis are only 500 rubies, and the second 2 guarantee a 5-star unit, which is pretty cool. But when the pool is like this, that doesn't really say that much. And then a lot of the other steps just kind of suck up until the 10th multi. You're guaranteed limited grade featured unit. You're guaranteed to get 1 of these, which is not bad. But again, some of these units are a hell of a lot older than others. And I mean, I know Sasuke is a seasonal, but he's also aged quite a lot. He's, you know, he'll get his level 15 eventually. It'll probably be quite good, but like, I wouldn't spend a load of rubies on him right now, even though he is. I mean, I've got him, but you know, I don't use him that much, so it's like it's a weird one. But you know what? It's still not too bad. But then, yeah, 15 multis to get the choice ticket, which, well, I assume it lets you choose any of those. It might let you choose anyone on the banner. I don't know, but it'll let you at least choose one of these. So if you missed out on, say, for example, like the Toguro brothers, and you really want them, I mean, this is realistically your opportunity to go for the choice ticket, but it's expensive, and your odds of pulling them on the way up are virtually zero. It's so unbelievably low, unless you happen to get very lucky on the 10th multi. That's the only time. So it is tough. But I don't know. I personally won't be going for it, but I can see how people who are fans of, say, for example, Light and Ryuk, Toguro brothers, I could see why they might be tempted to summon on this. And you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Then we have the recommended for Tower Limited Gacha. This one is coming back. I think it is actually a pretty good banner whenever it does come back, because the first multi is free. It's free for all of us. But there are some pretty nice units on here. Even units from like earlier this year that are very strong, and you only have to do 10 multis to get them on the choice ticket, and on the way up obviously you've had the opportunity to summon them. The first multi is free. I mean, this is not a bad banner by any means. It's not one for me personally, even though I would quite like Medica. I feel like maybe I should have summoned for her at the time. I don't know, but look, it is what it is. It's one of those banners where if you've been waiting this whole time for Dembo to come back, and you have an opportunity to get Dembo on the 10th multi, and the first multi is free, and there's a bunch of other limiteds featured on there, and like hero grade units that are very good for Tower, it kind of feels like a no-brainer. So I don't know. It's up to you, I guess. We got a lot more rubies to spend than we normally do, but still, you still have to be careful. You still have to save up where you can. Protagonist Limited Gacha. They brought this back again. This banner sucks. Why do they keep bringing it back? I don't understand. It sucks. So, not for me. Immediately, 9 multis for like a limited, and there's some good ones on there. It's like, yeah, okay, fair enough, but it's like, why do they keep bringing it back? And there's no like bonus steps either. Stupid. Level 15 limit cap release gacha. As always, first multi is free, which is nice. It's not a bad format, but it's, again, because it's returning old limiteds, it's never really worth summoning on this, except for the free multi, which it definitely is. And then, oh boy, birthday gacha. This is where we go off, because there are so many free multis here. We have a free multi on Kaido. I'm sorry, guys. Kaido from the anniversary is not returning on his birthday gacha. But free multi on version 1 Kaido, not too shabby. Free multi on Hibari, and it also features 2 standard gacha units. Very nice. I think I'm going to go all the way on this, because I skipped Hibari last time. I think it's time. I think it's time for me to go and get Hibari. I don't know. I've got till the 5th to decide. Then we have Luffy's banner, which, if you're trying to get just one limit out of this, good luck. Just good luck, I guess. We've Gon's birthday. We have Rengoku's birthday. We have Caesar's Apelli, Rayleigh, Toriko. That's going to be a popular one for people to miss Toriko. Osamu's birthday, and Aizen's birthday. All of these give you a free multi, and all of these will give you the limiteds when you hit the 8th multi, is it? Where is it? 8th multi, you get the guaranteed limited. Obviously, the ones that only have one limited on it are much better value in terms of if you're trying to get the character guaranteed. Like, say, for example, if you want Aizen, he's the only limited on that banner. So you just got to do 8 multis for Aizen, and one of them is free. That's pretty good. But obviously, if you wanted, say, for example, like Rio Awakened Luffy, you do have a better chance of getting more limiteds on the way up to the 8th step, but you have no way of getting him guaranteed from this banner. So It's not ideal, but again, it's free. I'll take the free multi any day. It's something to consider as we go through May. Something to consider who you might go all the way on or not. A lot of the time people won't, but for me, just this once, I think I am going to go for Hibari. I think I've saved up enough that it's like, you know what, I could do that and then maybe save up for whatever the next event I want to go on is. Then let's talk about sales packs. There's only a few in this section, and then we go over to like the leaks and whatever. This pack is somewhat mediocre value. 1900 yen, 1500 rubies, 30 jewel fragments, and 15 stamina tankers. I only say it's mediocre because it doesn't hit my price coefficient, but it's not too far off. But the only reason I have an issue for this is it's just a worse version of a pack that used to exist that went for 30 days, and I think it got lowered to 15 days later, I don't remember. But that was 3,000 rubies, and then essentially the set. I think it was just the 30 jewel fragments. I don't think we got the stamina tankards, but still 3,000 rubies and 30 jewel fragments. And I think it was 2,400 yen or something like that. It was way better, way better. But this is still, it's like pretty close, so it's not the worst in the world. Then we have this one. Now, this one, let me tell you something. 27 jewels, yeah? 27 jewels. That's what the equivalent this is, right? This completely messes up the economy for how much people are spending on the game, by the way. 2,000 rubies, limited ticket, a bunch of limit break doors, scrolls as well. 500 limit break doors, by the way. And this jewel fragment. No, not jewel fragment. Golden jewel. 9,800 yen. Now, I personally will not spend that because that's too much money. But if you were going to, this is like crazy. Because 27 jewels for 9,800 yen compared to what they were charging. Well, I mean, you'll see packs later. What they're charging for packs of jewels in them. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Obviously, these are a bit inflexible. Like, you get one item. You can use it on one character. But still, I mean, it's just outrageous. Personally, for me, I don't like putting too much value into items outside of rubies. Just because I can summon with rubies. All this other stuff is just kind of stuff they're going to give me for free at some point. I know they give you rubies for free as well. But it's like, I get a golden jewel. It's like, I could just save up jewels. It's not a big deal. It's not going to take me that long to save up enough jewels to max out a character, especially with the way they've been giving them out recently. But with rubies, getting enough rubies to get a limited or whatever, that could be a little bit tougher. We have the perfect muscle pack. This is a really weird pack. They've brought back an item that can get your character to max level, which is like, okay, cool. I can get like a bajillion books quite easily now, so I don't need that. And we have scrolls and we have 100 rubies. So why is it 650 yen? Well, generally speaking, this looks like trash. Well, their justification for that is that the ticket has limiteds on it. You can get a random 5-star hero or limited grade unit from 2022 or before. Now, I think that doesn't justify the price whatsoever, but that is probably why they have put the price up, considering the relative lack of value in the pack. I don't understand it, but for some reason they're addicted to putting out these chance packs, when realistically, no one should be buying them. Now let's talk about other stuff. These emblems, don't know where they come from, don't know what they're for. Might be for the Gecko Moria ranking thing, perhaps. Might be from Unity Battle, perhaps. Could be a lot of things, I don't know. But the bottom line is, I don't really care. it's just emblems. It doesn't matter. Then we have this stage, and of course you can see the gacha down below that this stage is for. This stage gives us a bunch of rewards. We don't know the rewards just yet, other than what's shown here. It's probably 15 of these, one of those, and then maybe 100 rubies, I'm guessing. And this stage is countered by KCM Minato, a unit that has been not added to the Japanese version, despite being in the Taiwan version for the last, like, 3 years or so. Which is truly bizarre. They have waited until now to release him. Minato has a streak. He is 2 for 2, sweeping in and being added to an event he has no place existing in, potentially taking the spot of a character that deserved it far more. And he's being added as a seasonal limited, which, like, I'm gonna be real with you. This is like the hyper money grab, and the fact that this banner, guys, it's called the gold banner, so it's for Golden Week, right? So why has all the other Golden Week stuff come out and been officially announced, and this hasn't? This is so scummy. It is so scummy. It's Golden Week. Drop the banner. Tell the people this is coming. There are people that they're gonna go in on the black banner, and then they're gonna see this, and they are going to lose their shit. Because if they had known this was coming, they probably would have summoned on it. Anyway, we don't actually have the banner details here. I've surmised roughly what we do know and made some rough assumptions based on the black banner and the other stuff we have available. But realistically, we don't know the format necessarily. They might do some bullshit where it's like, oh, on the 15th multi, you get a choice ticket, and it's got everyone except Minato, and then on the 20th multi, you get Minato. Hopefully they don't do that, but they might. I don't know. But yeah, generally speaking, it sort of has the same issues as the black banner, except for the fact that it has a new unit. And of course, it has 154 limits on instead of 153. I'm happy Minato's been added. He's yellow, which is what he should have been in the first place. Like, I don't hate it. I don't hate his inclusion. But why now? Why have they waited so long to add him? Look at his bum ass sprite. Look at them feet. He's got no toes. He's got 2 toes. To be fair, that could be like the Shinobi like socks or whatever, but still, you can tell the sprite is older. And like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I guess the golden guy for, you know, he's like the yellow Flash or whatever for Golden Week. It kind of makes sense, but it's just the fact that they've used so many other, they use Bastard and Kinnikuman as like bait for like Golden Week and 22 million downloads and the dark fantasy thing and all that stuff, and it essentially boiled down to event stages with one event character, and then the actual, like, this is the big sell of Golden Week. Let's not mess about. This is what they're trying to make their money off. That's what Golden Week is quite often all about on these gacha. How they're going to make their money. This is how they're going to make their money. And it's just the fact that they didn't announce it, and it's just it's so scummy. And he's a seasonal. They have rinsed people's rubies just before releasing a seasonal that's going to cost like 15 multis. I don't know. I'm so torn on this because I do think Minato's cool, but my god, guys, come on. You could have released this at any opportunity in the past. I don't know. You could have released this last Golden Week. You could have released this at any time. And yeah, it's a shame. It's just a shame, isn't it? But if you are a fan of Casey and Minato, there you go. I do have a suspicion that this event might have been shuffled around last minute. And this could have been for many different reasons. For many different things could have changed. I have a suspicion, and it's a little bit unfounded, but I reckon because Minato came #1 in that Naruto top 99 vote thing, and they already had a Minato unit finished, like 100% finished, just sitting there, they were like, shouldn't we capitalize on this? Like, everyone's talking about Minato right now. He came #1. Like, obviously people want to see more Minato. We have a Minato. Let's just release him on like some stupid random banner. It doesn't matter. Well, there he is. They might have had this planned ahead of time and it was a happy coincidence. I don't know. But yeah, I do like how they're using a lot of like units from this year to like promote this. They're like, come get Naruto and Boruto. But like, if you want any of these units in particular, theoretically you have to go all the way to get the choice ticket. So I don't know. We also don't know who else is featured. It's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. But still, something to look forward to for the Naruto and the Minato fans. Now let's talk about some of the other less impressive gacha, I guess. I don't know. Guarantee 5-star gacha. I cannot recommend summoning on these ever. If a banner doesn't... Nowadays, if a banner doesn't have a limited on it, there's not much value to summoning on it. There just isn't. The standard gacha units, they'll come back later. most limited banners and standard gacha banners are like fused together when they're new, added into events. So a banner that just has new heroes, even if they are units from like recent events or whatever, there's no value there. So I can't recommend this. This one does have limiteds on it. So similar sort of thing, but it does have limiteds. But I think the price, well, it hasn't officially been announced yet. So that could be 500, that could be 750. But still, it's like, I don't know if the value's there. I guess if that is discounted, 500, 750, it's not bad for a limited grade unit from 2022 or later. But as there's like no choice, no guarantee, whatever, it's a little bit risky. But nonetheless, definitely better value than this. Then we have the Step Gacha for Black Clover. Personally, not for me, but I suppose if you're a big Black Clover fan, it's what, like 4,000 rubies for a guaranteed limited from Black Clover, and I think you get some hero grade units from Black Clover as well. It's not bad, is it? But again, it is random. That could be Black Aster, who you just got for free. So there's risk involved. There is risk. The 21 Step Gacha, I've never been a fan of. Can't really recommend it. The Support for Tower 3 Step Gacha. Again, it's only 2 steps for a guaranteed limited, but it is a random guaranteed limited. They got 4 very nice units featured on the banner here, but that ticket's got a hell of a lot of stuff on it. It's not just those 4. So, as tempting as I'm sure it is, I'm not doing 2 more, especially because they're all full price. They're 3,000 each. No, I'm not doing that. Superstar Gacha, please, I implore you, never summon on this. Never, never, never summon on this. One Piece Limited and Hero Grade Gacha. Again, if you're a One Piece fan, if you're new to the game, this could be for you. If not, definitely not. Same with a 5-step Gacha. Exact same thing. Exact same thing. Kaido's back. They didn't put him on his birthday banner, but they brought him back as a standalone Gacha. Now, I don't know if this is going to be for the One Piece thing, or if this is going to be like on his birthday, they'll also bring this one back. Either way, can't say I'm a fan. He only just went away. Either don't bring him back at all or put him on the birthday banner, in my opinion. But hey, they brought him back anyway. I don't know if the One Piece event is going to be Wano. But I have a feeling it's going to be Wano. So he might be coming back for that. But if he is coming back for the birthday, fuck him. just fuck him. Then we have some packs to talk about. This pack doesn't give any rubies, so it's hard to recommend. But if you are a stamina fiend and you want loads of stamina tankers to clear loads of stages, sure, I guess 320 yen's really not a lot of money at the moment, so okay. This pack, 700 rubies, 1,200 yen. It doesn't quite hit my coefficient. It's a little bit too expensive, but you know what? It's not as far off as some of these other packs, so might be worth considering. Whenever you see something like this, oh look, choice ticket fragments is like an incentive to buy. It's not worth it. It doesn't add anything to my game for me. But for some people, they might be like, oh, there's that one character I wanted, you know. I don't know, but for me, there's nothing there. This pack is... It's not the worst value in the world. They've definitely got some worse value packs, but at the moment, I can't justify this much money. It's just too much. I mean, you get a limited choice ticket, you get 4,000 rubies. The rewards are not so bad, but it's just... No, not in this economy. Then this ticket, which I recommend you never purchase, gives you a chance at getting either Grey or Finral, which is not worth it. Then we have this pack, which they have improved slightly, but it is still not worth it. This pack used to have a 10% ticket, which... if you got a 5-star, was guaranteed to be either Grey or Finral. But now, it is guaranteed to be a 5-star, but you still have that 10% chance that it will be Grey or Finral. So your odds of getting them are the same, but if you don't get them, you at least get a 5-star unit. But that is a good improvement. This ticket is still garbage. This pack is still garbage. No thank you. The Dark Fantasy Chance Pack, same sort of thing. Anything that has the word chance in it, don't buy it. Not worth it. Don't buy it. The Golden Week Special Weekend Pack. There's another chance pack. As far as I can tell, this one doesn't have a limited on it even. So it's just 10 5-star units. Maybe there is a limit. I don't know. I don't think so. It should say on the pack if there's a limit, right? So yeah, that's not worth it. Now this is what I was talking about before about the golden jewel. This is where the price goes up. Now the price is the same, 9,800 yen. So you're probably thinking, how's the price gone up? But they've reduced the amount of rubies and other goodies in the pack. So effectively the price has gone up. So for Golden Week, you're essentially getting an extra 1,000 rubies and like a bunch of limit break doors as an incentive. That's going to go away. But nonetheless, 9,800 yen for 27 jewels. So if we see anything else that's using jewels as an incentive, we have to factor that in. I'm not going to purchase this, but someone might. This pack. This gets my seal of approval. 480 yen for 500 rubies. It hits the coefficient. You can buy it 5 times. That is 2,500 rubies, and it doesn't cost you 2,500 yen. That is a big plus. Obviously, you get the 5-star tickets, which it doesn't matter. I don't care about that. The rubies, yes, very good. And I hope they continue to keep reprinting this regularly, because this is the kind of price we like to pay. Then we have this pack, gives you a guaranteed limit of 400 rubies. For me, just because the pool of limiteds is so large, it's not worth it. I suppose if you were brand new to the game, you know what? No, you shouldn't be spending money on the game if you're brand new to it, so don't buy it. This pack, which is basically just this pack, but with 100 limited grade limit break doors. So I guess if you were going to buy one or the other, you would buy this one, but I still don't recommend it. Then we have the Super Gratitude Pack, which is 2,000 rubies, 1,000 limited grade limit break doors, and a limited ticket. Again, it's a bit expensive. It's not really for me. I don't consider limit break doors a good incentive either. This pack, now again, we're factoring in the jewels. So the price has gone up to 6,400 yen. Okay, 3,000 rubies. The jewels, I just have to pretend they're not there. Pretty much. I mean, it's a reward, don't get me wrong, but it's like, you can't use it as big a selling point now that you're giving out golden jewels. So, for me, well, I mean, this pack is not worth it anyway. This pack, same thing, not really worth it. But, if you look at these two packs together, this one gives you 10 5-star units, and this one only gives you 1 limited 5-star unit. This one also gives you limit break doors. So this pack is a worse version of this pack, but still, ultimately, they both kind of suck. And then this pack is, yeah, it still kind of sucks. So don't buy most of those. I wouldn't buy this one, and I wouldn't buy this one. But this is for the whales. If you want a large stock of rubies, this is how you get them. But for me, there's no way. There's no way. This pack is not worth it. This pack, not worth it. This pack, not worth it. We're getting through these. This pack, definitely not worth it. 2 jewels is not a selling point anymore, my friend. This pack, it's not worth it. This one is the same as the last one. It's definitely not worth it. And this pack has the word chance in it, so you know it's not worth it. So that's all the sales packs. There was one worth buying. And then there was a couple that is maybe worth considering if you're desperate. But there you go. Let's talk about responding to player inquiries regarding game crashes and long loading times. Basically, they have more players than they used to have. There are more things going on in the background because there are loads of new features added to the game. It's putting a massive stress on not just the servers, but on the actual just running of the game on your phone. And it's causing some crashes, it's causing some lag. They're looking into it. They've added more servers already, and they're looking to making changes in the game's code to make it run more smoothly in the future. So hopefully they can get on that. I hope we never get to the point where it's like One Piece Treasure Cruise, where I actually dread loading up the game because it takes so long. Literally, I go to play a stage and I sit there looking at the little boat jumping up and down on the water for like, I don't know, a minute. Probably not that long. But waiting for it to get through so I can get to my friend captain, then I click that, and then there's a load, then I click play, and then there's a load, and it's just, I don't need that in my life. Nobody needs that in their life. The whole point of these games is they're supposed to be addictive, and the addiction wears off when I can't be bothered to load the game. So that's what they gotta do. They just gotta get to run good. they are talking about the bonus weeks in Tower. Basically, they've stopped doing them, but they're not like not doing them anymore. Just for now, they've been doing them less, and they're just looking into new ways they can get more money out of us. Really, they've said a lot of things here, but basically what they're saying is, you know, it's getting to the point where battles are done like turn 2 or turn 3. What's the point in even having a unit for turn 4? They never even get to be used a lot of the time. So they're trying to find ways to make the battles last longer so that the 4th unit does get used, and then they can release more units that are good for the 4th slot, so you can buy those. But they're also looking at ways to change how like bonuses are handled. Ultimately, not a lot of value. Nothing of value has been said here that I can relate to you really, other than they're working on some stuff for Tower. But I'm still waiting for Super Tower. I've been waiting for like 3 years. So I'm not holding my breath for them making Tower any better than what it is. Hidden potential items. We talked about this earlier. They have bought the stage back during this event, and it's double drop rate. But they've also said they might look into ways where they're going to reduce the stamina cost, maybe. They're going to make this stage permanent, maybe. They're going to add the items to the event store, maybe. They've already done that in this event, by the way. So they're just looking to see how they can make it a bit better. Because right now, it kind of sucks. Regarding high difficulty content, this is something we were waiting for them to address for a long time, by the way. Basically, they're saying level 15 update came out, hidden potential update came out, and a lot of these stages are a hell of a lot easier than they used to be. So when they're releasing new catastrophe class stages and people are clearing them, it's like, can we have some new endgame content, some new harder stages to clear? But there is a bit of reluctance there because they say only 10% of the player base is actually able to consistently beat those. I would argue, I'm devil's advocate, I'm sorry, it's not that the players aren't necessarily able to beat it, it's that a lot of the time the rewards are not worth the effort. They look at it and they see like one jewel fragment and it's like, why would I bother? I gotta structure a team. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna beat this. It could take me like a few attempts. I could be taking like an hour or 2 out of my day, depending on how difficult the stage is, for like one jewel fragment or whatever. It's not enough of an incentive for me personally. They have been improving those rewards, so they might see a change in that soon. But up until like the last like couple of months, that was the case. Like the stages that just gave an emblem, it's like, wait, what are we doing here? Let's be real, what are we doing? So they have said, look, we're gonna make some harder content, but it's not gonna be like a consistent thing. It's just gonna be like in June we're gonna release some harder content, and we'll see where we go from there. We're gonna try and restructure the difficulty a little bit, and maybe we'll get some more difficult stages integrated into feature festivals and special events in the future. So we're looking forward to that. We'll see what happens in June. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. This was just a small update, basically, when you're leveling up a legend summon and it's like, oh, you don't have enough books. You're supposed to be able to click on the book and it's supposed to go, it'll say like, you can get this from the Tower store or you can get it from this stage in the Voyage log. And you click it and it takes you to that stage. But it doesn't do that. So they're going to fix that, hopefully. And regarding limited grade character auras, we've received many requests for auras to be changed on limited grade characters. This is a non-answer. They've basically said we're going to look into it, but they do kind of need to address it because it's not good. Like a lot of them is just like, here's the aura we had on this other character, and then we just changed the color. But like they've had good auras in the past, and there was a time when they didn't even have auras, or like there's some characters where it's like just a costume or whatever, but some of the auras are actually like they're distracting and they're like not very good for the character, and I just like kind of just don't want it. But it's there, I can't turn it off. So it's not a great situation. I don't know what they're going to do about it, whether they're going to change a bunch of them or whether they're just going to change some moving forward or what. But it's like, if you look at some of them, like, for example, Kirizu's aura, or even I think Tiki Mick in this event, his aura, they're like bespoke. They're made for the character and they look really good. I'd prefer more of those than what we've had, but look, we'll see what they do. And that's it for this video. If you've lasted this long, I am impressed. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please do consider giving a like. And, well, I guess we'll see you next time. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll see you next time.